Thankfully, help is imminent. 60% of the UNSC fleet is en route to Reach from existing deployments. The first battle group should arrive within 48 hours.
Halo Reach in 2025 is like experiencing one of the greatest FPSs that's been forgotten. It might be hyperbole, but honest to God, replaying through Reach on the Steam Deck has been an absolute pleasure, and I would just recommend it if you haven't played Halo Reach before, or if it's been years. Like for me, I haven't played it since launch, so like 14 years ago. This game is almost coming up, is 14 years old, which is absolutely insane to me. And honest to God, this is one of like my favorite FPSs I've played in such a long time. I had forgotten how much Bungie had done to make their final farewell in the Halo universe absolutely spectacular. Honest to God, this is like their swan song, and it is one of the better ones. Everyone goes to Halo 3 or Halo 2, and I would too. Halo 2 is always going to be my favorite Halo. But going back and playing Reach on the Steam Deck with everything maxed out settings-wise on the Master Chief Collection is an incredible sight. So what you're going to see behind is footage from my favorite mission in the entirety of the campaign. This is the mission, The Long Night of Solace. I had completely forgotten about how this mission played out. So there is going to be spoilers in this video, so if you want to go in blind, absolutely. Otherwise, if you're like me and going on a nostalgia trip, this will be fine. So the reason I'm playing this whole video is recorded from just this one mission. It might be cut up a wee bit to get it into my time frame, but you'll get a gist of it. And I want to explain why this mission is like pinnacle, like FPS Halo. It's just, it feels so good to play. It's got everything going for it. It just has an awesome feel that deserves to be recognized in 2025. Oh, it's so weird to say. Like, the opening is just awesome. You have this cool cutscene. It moves into the first level where your job is to get to your saber, which is a fighter. But the opening here on the beach, making your way through the landing, making your way up through the beachhead back into the sword base, is just such a cool, like lighting wise, the atmosphere here is just absolutely on point. But before we go on to more of the campaign, of this mission in particular that I so enjoy, I'm going to go over why I'm loving Halo so much. It's not just map design, but that plays a huge part. I love the open, but it's not open world. Yeah, as you know, with older Halos, they are a linear campaign, but with open spaces and non-scripted AI, as it just does what it wants, and it gets dropped into an area and then it goes for it. I really feel like games do not do this enough with their enemies, and it's so weird to see elites jumping and dashing out of the way, and then running up their power swords, and runts doing their thing, hovering in a corner, and jackals sitting back sniping. I feel like games do not have this at this moment. Don't play like this. I don't know what it is about the Halo formula. Agreed, I haven't played Halo Infinite, so I could be well off. Maybe Infinite plays exactly like this, but I haven't played it, so I don't want to maybe muddy those waters, as I've only played up to Guardians, so I can't talk about Infinite. But coming back to Reach from 14 years ago, the weapons all feel really nice, and there's a large variety, surprisingly, in this campaign. A lot of human weapons and a lot of Covenant weapons to pick from. I love how there's both brute and elites in this campaign, both with their hammers and their swords. I think it adds a lot of spice of life. Reach is the first Halo that also introduced armor abilities, but they don't feel overwhelming, which I think is like the best of both worlds. You have your armor lock, you have your bubble shield, you have hologram, you have your jump pack, you have a sprint. I remember at the launch these were very divisive, but looking back, they're pretty non-scary, to be honest, and they add flavor to your campaign. So jumping back to this mission in particular, you make your way across through the beach, you make your way into Sword Base, and then you climb into a saber, and then you have this awesome cinematic of rocketing into space. I'm going to have cutscenes throughout this, so just for you to enjoy, along with some of the most atmospheric music that Marty O'Donnell's ever done. I honest to God think the music in Reach is some of his best work. It is just so like melancholy and but heroic and but sad, and he has some real good his way he's done, because I'm pretty sure he did VO as well for, like, you know, doing voice direction for everybody in Noble Party or Team Noble. It's just so good. You just can't get it out of your head. I've been playing the soundtrack over and over. One cool thing about this is I've picked weapons here up, and they stay with you all the way through the space mission and onto this following part. So the mission is you get to Sword Base, and you're going to retrofit. You're going to use a slip space drive to blow up the Covenant supercarrier that's over Reach. But to do that, you first need to get into space, defend the space station where they are putting the slip space drive into a Pelican on board the Savannah, which is a frigate, and then you have to get to a Covenant cruiser and then dock that cruiser with the supercarrier. And this is all one single mission, which I just really loved.
First stage engine burn nominal. Stage separation in 3, 2, 1. Stage separation. Second stage ignition confirmed.
Space controls are very simple. It all just works. It's while it's a cutscene, it all feels so seamless, and you get this beautiful skybox in space, or space box, I guess you could call it. And you get to fire rockets and shoot your guns and take out alien forces. It's just so well done. And then following on from here, you then escort the Savannah to the Covenant cruiser, and all this is just leading, it just keeps building and building and building. It's just such a cool mission. So I guess I should actually talk about the Steam Deck part of this. This game just runs flawlessly on Steam Deck. It's locked 60 at the 12 by 800 on the Steam Deck. You will need to go in there. When I loaded up MMC for the first time, or MCC for the first time, it wasn't set correctly, but I just went in there, turned everything up to max, and away laughing. Okay, so don't be afraid to buy it, but also remember in the Steam options, you don't have to download everything. I just downloaded Reach, and then I delete Reach, and then I install Halo 1 and then 2, whatever. as I'm going to play through the entirety of the Halo trilogy this year, so you might see a few Halo videos from me. I played this while we were on a holiday, and my gollies, I had a few tears by the end. I had just underestimated how good Reach was. I don't think I appreciated it in 2010.
Are back online. Clear the lane, we'll light them off.
Flagged a Corvette-class vessel on a predicted docking track with our target. Get our makeshift bomb on that Corvette, and we have our delivery system. Noble 5 will escort the bomb. I need your Saber team to clear the way for boarding.
Understood, Colonel.
As she's already donated her slip space drive to the cause, the Savannah will be joining you to provide local fire support.
UNSC Savannah. Our wings may be clipped, but we've got your back.
I've stuck my neck out for Noble on this one, Lieutenant.
We'll get it done, Colonel. 6 out.
Target Corvette sighted within visual range of nav beacon RA-15.
We have visual. Target confirmed.
Come on, I mean, how freaking cool is this? Maybe not for space nerds. I'm a space nerd, so I think this is just so cool. Like, I always remembered there being a space mission in Halo Reach, but I had forgotten how well done and put together this small section. You do this once in the entirety of the campaign. How well they put this together. It absolutely blows my mind how much effort they put into this one mission. So the runtime for Halo Reach isn't that long. I finished this in just under 7 hours. But honest to God, there's no wasted space here. You've got all banger missions, but this is by far my favorite. I think just because you have the mix of ground combat at the start, the space combat in the middle, and then the final bit of ground combat on board the Corvette here.
Noble 6, the Savannah's countermeasures won't work forever. Find a way inside and permanently disable that cruiser's communications. As soon as we're sure the Corvette can't squawk, we'll initiate Uppercut Phase 2.
I'm not too much more I can say or gush about this game. It might sound a little bit like I'm being way too good, but I honest to God enjoyed this entirety of this campaign without question, which really surprised me how much I enjoyed this. And if you've forgotten about Halo Reach, now's the time to go back, and you'll have forgotten how much slop you've played since then. This campaign really sets the tone and does wish we had the Bungie of old to redo Halo, go back to Halo one more time. While we've all played Destiny at some point, me especially, it's just not, it's not this, you know, like, they just don't do this. While some people don't like it, I actually wish Sony would just say to them, just make a Halo game. Just do Halo. Don't worry about the live service stuff anymore. Just make Halo. That's something of my wildest dreams, but hey, I could always ask for it, right? It wasn't until like I blew up that one that I realized I could have blown up those shield generators there, but that's okay. We will just go in there with the energy sword and finish them off. So without further ado, thanks for watching. I know this wasn't any like super in-depth review of Halo or anything like that. it was just me wanting, as a PSA, for people to go back and play Halo Reach if you own the Master Chief Collection, or if you don't, if you see it on sale. It really is worth the pickup if you want a solid campaign after playing not great first-person shooters for a longest time. It does feel like coming home, especially for us older generation that grew up on the 360. It just brings back some hell of a good memories. So my recommendation is, if you get the chance, jump back in, play some Halo Reach. And there's people still playing the multiplayer too, which is, I should mention here, is you also have the multiplayer, which there's still players. I got in a few matches. It's definitely can be a bit rough because they're all pretty good players. And there's also Firefight, which is Horde mode, which is, if you get 4 players to play with you, could be a lot of fun. And the campaign's 4-player co-op. So there's no real reason not to play Halo Reach. It is a banger of a title. It's a great looking game for its age. I don't think they've done any kind of work. Like, I don't think there's much changed here for the PC version. There might be. I actually have to jump back onto the 360 version to see what they've added. I assume they've added AA and increased the resolution, which always makes it look shinier, but I don't know how much more stuff they've actually added.
Break off! Break off! Hull breach! Reactor's flaring! Damn it, I'm losing her!
Savannah actual. Can you hear me?
Frigate's gone, 6. Nothing we can do.
Noble, you're in deep with no cover. Get that Corvette moving and get the hell out of there!
Looks like the bridge, but let's clear it out.
So were you there for Halo Reach back in the day, or you're a latecomer? Please let me know in the comments below if you've been playing the Master Chief Collection on your Steam Deck, or if there's any other FPSs that you would recommend that are very much like Halo. I've played a lot over the years, but coming back to this has really earned a spot in my hierarchy. For some reason, Reach never, I was like, oh, Reach is a good game, it's fine. But going back and playing it now, it honest to God feels like it's underrated compared to the rest of the trilogy. I think between Halo 2 and 3, I feel like get most of the love. But I think Reach deserves some love now too, so get the word out there. Halo Reach is way better than it should be, and is definitely the swan song Bungie did right. Maybe not at the time, people didn't think of it as that, I don't know. But it is one of my favorite games so far in 2025, and it's worth your time. So without further ado, thank you everybody, and we'll catch you in the next video. See you later.
Distance is closing on this vessel's refueling track with the Covenant supercarrier. 76 seconds to endpoint.
So, it's gonna be like that. Well, I got good news and bad news. This bird took some fire and her thruster gimbal is toast, which means the only way off this slag heap is gravity.
And the good news?
That was the good news.
At current velocity, 53 seconds to endpoint.
Yeah. Bad news is, time is fried. I'm gonna have to fire it manually.
That's a one-way trip.
We all make it sooner or later. Better get going, 6. They're gonna need you down there. Listen, Reach has been good to me. Time has come to return the favor. Don't deny me this.
Tell him to make it count.
Slip space rupture detected.
Gamma station control, reading multiple pings below the orbital defense
Slip
grid.
space rupture detected.
Yeah, we're picking up anomalies too. Are you reading
Slip
it?
space rupture
Multiple
detected.
covenant signatures.
Slip space
Is anyone
rupture
listening?
detected.
They're everywhere.
Slip space
Yeah,
rupture
must be
detected.
the whole damn covenant
Slip
fleet.
space rupture detected.